Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on my channel. This is Adam and welcome to Battle of the Beasts New Generation episode number 16. Today I got a rather interesting matchup here. It may seem kind of obvious on who would win, but I think this is going to be a very interesting battle. And just what are these competitors today? Well, Wardok the Sky Terror versus Karixa the Diamond Warrior. So, I got a beast which Lucas likes very much versus a beast which me and Lucas are not very big fans of, but we know is great. So, this is going to be an interesting matchup. As this is one of Lucas's, this is a beast that Lucas likes a lot, battling today. I think I'm going to need some help. So, Lucas and Impus, can you tell me about these beasts, please?
Wardok, the Sky Terror. Some say Wardok, an ancient beast of Tangala, is a dragon. He has sinuous body covered in purple scales and leathery wings. He can swoop and fly with the agility of an eagle. The beast's claws, like curved cutlasses, can snatch up cattle or people with ease. For the people of Tangala, the beast's howl echoing through the hills was a sign to run indoors and hide. And his awesome abilities from Speed Flyer, Sharp Fangs, Sharp Claws, Tail Whip, Loud Roar, Agility, and Barrage attacks make him a deadly opponent in the tournament. He will not stop fighting until his opponent is down for the count.
Karixa, the Diamond Warrior. This beast of pure diamond was the last to be faced from the Trial of Heroes, and Tom was very fortunate by this point on the quest that the warrior girl Amelia had gone from foe to friend. Otherwise, they may have both perished. Her awesome abilities include Diamond Constructs, Diamond Shields, Diamond Jab Arm, highly defensive, great fighting skill, and reflecting beams prove her one deadly opponent in the tournament. Let's see how she does.
3, 2, 1!
Wardok vs Karixa. Let's get into this. So, as both beasts exit from their chambers, Karixa charging through the regular door, just scanning for her opponent. And after what seems like a few seconds of silence, a rumbling is heard from the other side of the arena. Karixa turns her attention to it, and then the sky door bursts open with Wardok coming out, roaring at all his might, and starts charging directly towards Karixa. Karixa, with her sword and shield at the ready, gets ready to attack Wardok and charges up towards him. However, at the last minute, Wardok stops charging towards Karixa, flies upwards, swinging his tail down for Karixa to get hit by. Karixa didn't see that coming and gets hit square in the chest, knocking her backwards. Wardok is now out of Karixa's reach. So was when Karixa finally gets back up, she's greeted again by Wardok, this time wrapping his, clutching her with his claws, flying up as high as he can, chucks her up into the air, and Karixa, trying to find balance now, is now falling down. As soon as she goes past Wardok flips over and smacks Karixa down faster to the ground with his tail. Karixa is plummets down to the ground and smashes into the ground. Already a collision into the ground, and we're not even 2 minutes into the fight. Karixa gets back up, only to be greeted by Wardok right in front of her, roaring and using his tail to clobber her repeatedly. Karixa, a bit wounded, is using her shield to deflect the blows and using her sword to fight back. While she's doing that, though, she's absorbing the sunlight to help her, which is what she was doing when she was plummeting down to the ground. Wardok backs away, flies up, and Karixa's already charged up all the sunlight she needs. She shoots out a beam of light going straight towards Wardok. Wardok sees it and gets struck in the chest by it. Wardok roars in pain and starts falling down to the ground. And when Wardok does fall down to the ground, Karixa charges up towards Wardok just to attack him. Wardok is able to wake up just to be greeted by a sword coming down towards him. He dodges the sword out of the way and headbutts Karixa backwards. Karixa stumbles backwards. Wardok gets back up, uses his tail to whip towards Karixa's legs, knocking Karixa over, and then using his tail to use as a hammer to smash Karixa down into the ground. And then Wardok grabs Karixa by his talons, digging his claws into her trying to dig his claws into her diamond arm, flesh, skin, I don't know, diamond exterior. He flies upwards whilst Karixa's just being flown upwards. Karixa uses her sword to slash at Wardok's leg, and it slices right through Wardok's leg, causing Wardok's foot and Karixa to fall. Wardok screeches in pain, flies down towards Karixa, and smacks her down with his wing. Karixa plummets down to the ground again. A dust cloud forms up when she hits the ground. When the dust cloud clears, Karixa's already standing up, staring down Wardok, who's just landed. They charge up towards each other, and Karixa goes to slash at Wardok, but Wardok is going for the headbutt. Headbutts Karixa, but is greeted by a sword to the eye, which blinds Wardok in one eye. But the headbutt knocks Karixa backwards. Karixa then decides that she's had enough and shoots another beam of sunlight towards Wardok. And Wardok is able to dodge most of it using his wing to absorb the pain, which he feels the pain for, but doesn't seriously injure this time because it didn't have enough time to charge as it did before. Wardok charges up towards Karixa. Karixa is about to attack again, but Wardok, being a dirty fighter, swings his tail around, tripping Karixa over, wrapping his tail around Karixa, smashing her into the ground multiple times, and then tossing up into the air just to smack her back down into the ground. And then Wardok goes to pick her up with his mouth this time and starts swinging her around violently, smashing her into the arena wall, causing cracks to appear everywhere. Karixa has now become Wardok's chew toy, I guess. Wardok lets go of Karixa, giving Karixa time to try and get back up. But as she's right against the arena wall, Wardok gets a new idea, swings his tail around, smashes it into the wall, causing the top of the wall to crumble down on top of Karixa. Karixa is now underneath the rubble, and Wardok is roaring in what he can assume was victory. However, due to the beat up, Karixa was able to absorb enough sunlight to let another burst of light blow the rubble away. Karixa comes back up, seems to be more raring to go than ever, just with a few scrapes and bruises and some chips as well. Wardok is roaring in pain and annoyance now due to this beast refusing to go down. Karixa decides that she's going to have to try and kill this beast when she can knock him out. So Wardok is charging towards Karixa, and Karixa chucks her shield towards Wardok, which hits him directly in the head, but doesn't seem to do anything because of his thick skull used for banging his head into things. It just became something that Wardok just broke right through, so that was a misjudgment on Karixa's part. Karixa waits patiently where she is, ready for Wardok to charge directly at her, and as soon as they become within touching distance, Karixa swings her sword around, slicing it directly on Wardok's snout, whilst Wardok collides into Karixa, smashing her against the wall and himself against the wall, causing cracks to appear everywhere. The walls tumble down on top of both of them. Karixa, being shielded by Wardok's wings, though, not intentionally though by Wardok, is able to just but is able to still punch Wardok whilst he's trying to break out. However, her arm has been her sword arm has been trapped underneath the weight of her body and Wardok, so she can't just stab him. So she's just punching him repeatedly over and over again. Wardok used his wings to break free of the rubble, and using all of his might, he smashes his head and tail, both of them, into Karixa repeatedly, chipping away at Karixa, and then after some time, Wardok wraps his tail around Karixa, who's just barely hanging on now, flies up as high as he can, and then chucks her up, swings around multiple times, and smashes Karixa down into the ground again. And but this time also being able to make Karixa lose grip of her sword, which Wardok's able to catch before it hits the ground. Well, as it goes past him anyway. Then what Wardok does is that he, using the sword that's wrapped around he wrapped his tail around, the handle with, he goes down towards Karixa, hiding the sword behind his back, checks if Karixa's still alive. It seems that she's still moving, and she shoots a beam of light energy towards her. Wardok swings Karixa's sword around and reflects it back towards Karixa, causing Karixa to stop with the light energy. Really badly wounded now, Wardok swings Karixa's sword around and stabs Karixa directly where her heart will be. Karixa's light in her diamondness just fades away, and Wardok releases his grip on Karixa's sword, and just for good measure, headbutts Karixa in the head, and that headbutt was the one that did it because Karixa's head just shattered there. Wardok goes back to his chamber in victory, and Wardok has won, Karixa has lost. So if you, with this battle was one I was really excited for, because Wardok is like with the stats saying they're non-stop fighter. Wardok is the non-stop fighter. He will not give up until after you're dead, way after you're dead. Karixa didn't really get a good moment to attack Wardok, and the only good moment she did, she was in the middle of the air, and she was in midair, so slicing that Wardok's foot wasn't a great idea. And also lobbing her shield towards Wardok wasn't also a good idea, but it was a plan which didn't work out for her. But after Wardok was able to pry the sword off of Karixa, then Wardok already kind of claimed victory. So if you think Karixa should have won, please in the comments below why you think that, but I'm afraid my word is final and Wardok is in round 2. Anyway, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press that notification bell down in the corner below, and I'll see you next time.